guys, it's Jazz Plans and welcome back to this channel. Today, I just want to talk with you guys about the bad habits that I picked up at the beginning of this quarter or semester for most of you, and wanted you all to know that I've learned from them, and I want you guys to know how to resolve these habits that I've had so you don't make the same mistake. Once this video goes up, it'll just be a couple of days since my spring break has ended, and while for me, I'll be starting a new quarter with completely different classes than what I had before spring break, most of you will be continuing the semester with the same classes. So I wanted to take this time to refresh, learn from my mistakes, and hopefully have a better quarter to move on to. The first bad habit that I'm going to talk about is basically that I was going to bed late and waking up late. Obviously, online classes have been a burden for everyone, especially when you know lectures will be recorded, for some professors that choose to at least. I would game until 3 or 4 in the morning, causing me to wake up late in the afternoon and missing my scheduled morning classes. Now, don't get me wrong, I've definitely attended lectures live, but there were definitely a handful that I missed. Missing these classes caused me to watch the recorded lectures the day after, but honestly, I feel like I didn't retain the information as much as I did if I were to attend the lectures live, because I had no motivation to watch the recordings. Just late into the quarter, I discovered this app called Sleep Cycle, and while you have to pay for this app to use most of the features, there's this one free feature that I honestly use all the time now. It does a better job than the default alarm app that comes with your phone, and it's been doing a pretty good job of waking me up during the time that I want to wake up, because lately I've been sleeping through all of my alarms. So I highly suggest getting this app if you struggle with waking up in the morning and hate missing your online classes. Now, in addition to live morning classes, I know that some professors don't even hold Zoom meetings, but rather upload pre-recorded lectures. Now, the thing with this is that when I watch these videos, I tend to watch them in 2x speed because I wanted to get them over with as fast as I could. I know that this really didn't help me, so instead, all of you should watch on regular speed or at least 1.25 times if your professor talks a little slow. Now, when registering for this class, there were set lecture times on set days, but because my professor decided to just upload pre-recorded lectures, I really don't watch these during the times that it was planned for. But now, I really do suggest we should all watch these lectures during the scheduled time, as if there was a live Zoom meeting. I say this because this would help us not procrastinate watching these lectures and cramming watching all 3 lectures on the weekends like what I did. Now, along with this, sometimes there isn't even a set time for a class, which is now considered asynchronous. You basically just do the classes on your own time, but this can lead to a lot of procrastination and no motivation at all. I suggest to look at your own schedule, see which times you're free, and do your asynchronous learning for that class during that time, which would be the same day and time for every week of the quarter or semester. That way, you wouldn't have to cram the night before a test or an assignment because you chose to procrastinate the entire week. So now on to the next habit that I had, and I wouldn't really consider this a bad habit, but perhaps a habit that I could kind of tweak a little bit, and that's how to utilize my planner. As some of you have seen, I now use the Amanda Rachley Doodle Planner, which doesn't have time blocks, so essentially I just write down the times that I have my classes and also write anything that I have planned to do for that day. And yeah, this is effective, but I don't think that it's enough. I had Tuesdays and Thursdays off, which I had planned for being productive and doing homework and studying, but as I woke up on those days, I just wanted to relax and hop on my PC and game. A way to change this bad habit of mine is to utilize a planner with time blocks. Some of you know that I switched from a passion planner to the Amanda Rachley planner, but I'm now going to be showing you guys the daily passion planner if you don't have a weekly planner. I really like this planner because of the time blocks. It varies day by day, and you can even write your daily focus, your goal for the day, personal and work plans, and just other things that you can fill out. I barely used this before because I thought I didn't really need it since it was daily, but now I think it's the perfect time to use this planner. Also, I apologize for this entire shot because I didn't even realize my baby hairs were flying around in this shot, so I'm so sorry if it bothers you, but it'll only be for a minute, I promise. So basically how I want to start using this planner is to pretty much really plan out your day with this thing. I'm talking about writing when you want to have breakfast, when you want to do each homework assignment that you have, when you should schedule your breaks, pretty much anything that you know that you want to have done for that day. Write it down, but this time it'll all be planned around in time intervals. I think this is a great way to stay the most motivated and productive as possible without slacking off. Color coding each category is a great option too, so you know how much time you've set aside for each type of activity. For example, I've used purple for breaks or relaxing, orange for homework assignments, pink for studying material, and green for events such as appointments, running errands, or hanging out with friends. Now on to the next bad habit I had, and that is how I read my textbook. Don't get me wrong, reading the textbook is a great way to further understand a lesson, but it was the way that I was doing it, and it wasn't in a useful way. I was cramming to read 4 chapters in a span of 2 days before having an exam. I knew it was open note, so I thought that just copying the textbook would help, but it really didn't. Each chapter had so many sections, maybe about 100 pages per chapter. So if you do the math, that was a lot of pages to learn and remember a couple days before an exam. Some of you would say that these textbook notes that I made are pretty, but pretty doesn't really mean that it was helpful. These notes did absolutely nothing because I was just rewriting what was in the textbook without even learning any of the material. How I'm going to be changing this habit is to actually do the textbook problems that aren't assigned for homework. And instead of just cramming days before the exam, I've decided that from now on, I'm going to dedicate the time to do these problems after I've watched the lecture videos, as well as setting aside time during the weekends to go learn and study off these problems, in hopes that it will benefit not only me, but my grade as well. And last but not least, which kind of ties in with my previous habit, is that I was cramming additional videos like Khan Academy just days before an exam. These videos were helping in addition to my assigned lecture videos, but what I need to fix is when I watch these videos. I've heard that watching outside resources outside Khan Academy or the Physics Angels on YouTube are beneficial if you watch them before your lecture, and then take notes, and then watch your lecture videos right after. And I guarantee that for the both of us, it will allow us to all gather the information and help us understand the material so much better. So yeah, these are pretty much all the bad habits that I had during winter quarter at my university, in which honestly I can say was a pretty horrible quarter. Now that this quarter has ended, honestly I can say that I've barely really learned anything from my classes because I was just so unmotivated to learn or study, and it really came to bite me in the ass once I saw my grades once finals were over. So I really hope that you guys can learn from my mistakes and we can start off coming back from spring break much stronger than how we were at the start of 2021. To summarize how I will be changing my bad habits, I will be fixing my sleep schedule and try to wake up as early as I can, watching lectures in normal speed, watching pre-recorded lectures during their scheduled times, creating my own schedule to watch lectures if there is no set time, utilizing time blocks in a planner to be really specific with my schedule, do unassigned practice problems in the textbook, don't cram reading or practice days before an exam, and utilize outside resources by watching them before lecture, not after. I really hope that you guys find this video helpful, and if you enjoyed it, please give it a like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!